Hello there. Welcome to another exhilarating video of Wisdom Zone. This is Shubro, and as you have guessed it from the thumbnail, today we are going to discuss an imperative topic of English grammar. So, if you haven't subscribed to Wisdom Zone yet, please do subscribe to Wisdom Zone so that you can get this kind of informative videos on English grammar, spoken English, advanced communication, interview skills, and various other life skills. So, without further delay, let's get started. Irregular plural nouns. I hope that's what you can see on your screen. So today we are going to discuss what is an irregular plural noun, commonly used irregular plural nouns in spoken English. Third, but very important, rules to form irregular plural nouns. And last, common mistakes and exceptions. So it is my request, watch this video till the end so that you can get full information about irregular plural nouns and do not skip this video at all. So before discussing about irregular nouns, first we must know about regular nouns. So regular nouns are nouns which we can form the plural by adding s or es at the end of the noun, as simple as it is. So you see on your screen, examples are given. First word is friend, okay, which is a regular noun. We just add s at the end and make it plural, friends. Similarly, we can use book and add s at last and make it plural, books. Similarly, we can add es also at the end of some words. For an example, box. We can add es at the end of this word and make it plural. So box becomes boxes. So it changes to plural. So a regular noun is a noun which we can turn into plural by adding s or es at the end. So irregular nouns are just the opposite. That means we cannot form the plural by adding s or es at the end of the noun. I hope it's clear. So as you see on your screen, the example man. So you cannot add s and make it plural. So plural of man is not mans. So it is totally incorrect. So plural of man is men because it is an irregular noun. So up next, let us see some more examples of irregular nouns. The next example is wolf. So can we add s? No, we cannot because it is an irregular noun. The plural of wolf is wolves, right? So we cannot add s, we need to add ves to make it plural. And next example is, as you see on your screen, of the word child. Child is an irregular noun, so the plural is children, not childs. Similarly, we can take the next example, as you see on your screen. In case of the word mouse, the plural is not mouses, but it is mice. Another example which I think is very important to discuss is the word fish. Most of the people add s or es and say fishes, which is totally wrong. Fish remains fish in singular as well as plural because it is an irregular noun and it does not change. Similarly, we have another example of the word deer. So deer remains deer in plural. It does not change, okay, because it is an irregular noun. And the last example which I'm going to give is of the word ship. Similar to deer and fish, it does not change, it remains same. Singular and plural both are same, that is, ship remains ship in singular plural also. So I hope you could understand here what are the irregular plural nouns. So now let us turn our attention to the rules to form irregular plural nouns, as you see on your screen. So the first rule is that nouns ending in f and fe, you simply remove f and fe and add the suffix ves, right? So let us see the example. First is life, so it changes to lives. Wolf, as I already mentioned, it changes to wolves, right? So we add ves, right? Similarly, we can take the example of the word wife, which changes to wives in plural, right? So that is the first rule. We add ves after removing f or fe, okay? The second rule is that by replacing their vowels like in case of some irregular nouns, we change the vowel sound like an to en, or we change the vowel. As we see, we are changing it to plural, which is men, because we are replacing the vowel and okay to en. Similarly, you can take the example of the word woman. So we are again removing and adding en, which is becoming plural, that is women. So plural is women. We can take the next example where we change the singular to plural by just removing the double O. So foot, we remove double O and put double E and make it plural. We can take another example of the word tooth. Again, we have double O and we remove double O and put double E to make it plural. So this is the way you should make plural by removing vowels. So next we are going to see by changing the whole spelling how we can make plural. So we can take the example of the word child. We change the total spelling and make it plural like children. Similarly, you can take the example of mouse, which is singular and the plural is mice. And the best example is person. We change the complete word and turn it to plural, and the plural is people, not persons. So the next rule is that there are some words which are totally identical, which I already discussed. Singular and plural both the same, there is no change. The first word, as you see on your screen, is ship. Ship remains ship. Fish remains fish. We do not change. Both singular and plural are same here. You can take another example. We can take the example of the word, I think, deer. As we see on your screen, deer is singular and the plural is also deer, so there is no change. So there are some words which are totally identical, there is no change in plural. And the last way to form plural is that nouns ending in us, we remove us and add the suffix I. Okay, so we take the example on your screen, locus. So we take off us, okay, and add I, so plural becomes right. Let us take the next example, which is fungus, and the plural is fungi. We just remove us and add I. Another example would be, as you see on your screen, the word cactus. We turn into plural by removing us and adding I. So at last, let us turn our attention to common mistakes and exceptions. As we have already discussed, there are some mistakes that people tend to make intentionally and sometimes unintentionally. As you see on your screen, the first is man. So the plural is men, not mans. So because, as we already discussed, we add en. So similarly, children is the plural, so we don't need to add s. Sometimes people say children's, but children is already plural, you don't have to change or add s. Similarly, I already discussed this word mouse. Okay, so mouse is singular and the plural is mice, not mouses. Another example is, which you see on your screen, this is a common mistake. I've seen so many students, people make this mistake. When they change people into plural, they say peoples. It's totally wrong, because people is already plural. Person is singular, people is plural. You don't have to do anything. And the last example is fish. As you see, we have already discussed, it does not change, it remains fish. But another one which I have included, which is not exactly an irregular noun but a commonly mistaken one, the word information. Okay, because most of the time I see people saying informations, so it's not informations. It is totally incorrect, because information is an uncountable noun. So we don't add s. The information remains information. So as you see on your screen, you can not say I have an information because it is an uncountable noun. So you can say I have some information, okay, or I have a piece of information, okay. So the next one is that, as you see on your screen, this I would put as an exception. We have already discussed that plural of person is people, but sometimes we see the word persons is used, but that is only in legal context. We can use person in legal context. As you see in this example, any persons found in violation of the rules will be detained. So it is a legal notice, right? So in this context, we can use person, but not in general sense. General sense, we have to use people as a plural. So person can be only used when you are drafting a notice or giving a legal notice. In legal context only we can use persons. So see the next example. I have seen 5 persons. So this is totally incorrect because you are saying this in general. Okay, because in general we use people as plural, so we have to say I have seen 5 people, not persons. So at last let us see the example of the word focus, which is derived from Latin. So the plural form is foci, but nowadays focuses is used commonly and it is accepted. But if you talk about the Latin pronunciation, it is foci, which is the original plural of focus. But nowadays, focuses is also commonly used and it is quite acceptable, right? So I'll put it as an exception.